What's up guys, it's Mike for SimRacing604. Welcome back here to Assetto Corsa, and what you have in front of you here is the Lanzo V12, a new paid mod from RaceSimStudio, as you can tell by the hood or bonnet there. So this is obviously based on the name, the Lanzo V12, this is obviously a V12 car. It is of the GT1 era and appears to be based on the Lamborghini Murcielago GT1. I could be wrong about that, so if I have got the incorrect Lamborghini, please correct me in the comments, but based on a few videos I've watched, it appears to be remarkably similar, and you see the fantastic detailing here. RaceSimStudio, for those who have not followed the channel for very long, is my favorite current modding team. There's a lot of great ones out there, but right now it just seems like RaceSimStudio cannot miss. Everything they put out is absolutely fantastic, so I was excited by this release. This is actually the fourth of 6 cars that will be available in the GT pack from RaceSimStudio. It came out a few months ago with 3 of the 6 cars, and those who bought in at the initial price of, I think it was €12.50, were entitled to not only the 3 cars available at that time, but the future 3 cars to make the total of 6. So this is the fourth of 6, and if that wasn't confusing enough, you can buy the pack right now for €15 and get all 4 currently available cars plus the 2 to come. So, so far we've effectively, not in name, but in performance and looks, we've got a Ferrari, a Lister, a Dodge Viper, and this now Lamborghini. So very, very excited to have this. The first 3 cars were absolutely fantastic. You can go back in time to sim racing channels, I'm going to guess it was early December, and or maybe mid to late December, whenever it was, and find some pretty amazing videos on these GT cars from RaceSimStudio. So very, very excited. I saw the email just a few hours ago. Today is March something. What is today? I don't know. March 3rd, I want to say, and so this is only a few hours old. Those of us who bought the previous pack got an email today saying your car is available for download, and anytime I get that email from RaceSimStudio, I am on it. Very excited to take this thing out on the track. Actually, truth be told, I have taken it out for a few warm-up laps. But let's head there again. This is the Lanzo V12 from RaceSimStudio, and let's get out there and drive it. Alright guys, so here we are on board at the Nürburgring GP within this, or inside this Lanzo V12, and as you can see, it is absolutely fantastic to sit inside of. This thing looks incredible. Again, I would expect nothing less from RaceSimStudio. They just crush it every time, but even for them, this is a great looking mod. That steering wheel just looks incredibly detailed. The colors of that LED display there look fantastic, and that shifter, that sequential shifter, just incredible detail here, so I'm excited. Let's actually drive this thing. How about that? So it is a sequential shifter, so for those rocking either an H pattern or a paddle shift scenario, you may be missing out. If you have the opportunity to flip yours to a sequential, I highly recommend it. It will be worth it. So as is expected with Lamborghinis, this thing does have somewhat of a tendency to understeer, but it's actually very controllable. The GT pack so far, what we've found is that this is not a get in, stomp on the gas type car. You will need to modulate your pedals and really watch what you're doing in terms of your throttle and your brake inputs, and this car is no different. You're not really getting a good appreciation of the sound. Apologies about the menu to the right there. You're not really getting a full appreciation of the sound because you have my dumb voice talking over it. But RaceSimStudio has done a great job. We'll do a lap near the end with the sound turned up. So if you're asking yourself, is this worth it? Should I buy in now? I would say absolutely yes. So €15 for 4 and eventually 6 cars does seem like a lot by comparison. If you're the type that keeps up with Race Department and all their free mods, you might be saying to yourself, well, why the heck would I pay €15 for just 6 cars when I can have a whole bunch more for free. And I understand that perspective for sure. If you're an iRacer like I recently became, then €15 for 6 cars ain't too bad. And all in all, I would say, guys, this is absolutely worth it. I mean, any one of these cars, if they were valued at, you know, €3 to €5, I would say they're worth it. They're just phenomenal driving mods. So I recommend that you buy it. So how does this compare to the other two? Well, I would say it's probably the more stable, on the more stable end of the scale. I always found that the Ferrari, before the update, the last update actually did make it more stable, but I was having trouble keeping it on the track before that. This car is not like that. This is much more on the stable end of the scale, probably closer in handling to the Lister, in my opinion. I think the Dodge Viper is probably the best sounding of the 4 cars we've got as part of this pack so far, but this is no slouch for sure. Does sound great, but visually I think this is where this thing shines the most. I think this is absolutely a beautiful looking car. Interior and exterior, I think RaceSimStudio has crushed it once again. And even among the great GT pack, this is a standout visually. And probably most important fun factor, is this thing fun to drive? Yeah, absolutely it is. Again, if you happen to have the sequential shifter and you can kind of immerse yourself in driving this thing and, you know, be worried about your pedal inputs, it really is just a blast to drive. It's somewhat temperamental, so it's going to keep you on your toes when you start really pushing. Okay guys, I'm going to pull over here, turn the sound up, and we will enjoy a lap at full volume. Stick around for the replay after. It's going to sound great and look great. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time, and strong recommendation for the GT pack, and this Lanzo is an excellent addition. Great job, RaceSimStudio. Let's get on it.